Tom's gonna be like, I can't believe you're showing people how gross our kitchen is. I'm like, well, you know. So today I want to clean so that we can put up our Christmas decorations this weekend. I'm trying to talk Tom into it, even though it's not Thanksgiving yet, but Thanksgiving is ultra late this year. And it's snowing here in Minnesota and really cold, and so it's starting to feel like Christmas. And so I want to put everything up, but I know the best thing to do is to clean first before we put everything out, right? So there's a couple areas that I need to deep clean because we've been really busy lately, and I do a good job of keeping up on the tidying, especially now that we've simplified our house. It's so much easier. But the deeper cleaning, I don't always get to as regularly. So before we put up any Christmas decorations, I definitely want to have that done. So I want to attack the kitchen today and also our bathroom. I love that our kids are super creative. They're always making something. But our sink, it reminds me of, like, you know, in the art room in like middle school or high school, how the sinks were just disgusting, like always, even at the beginning of the school year, right? They were just disgusting because they just got so abused. I was like looking at our sink today when I was thinking I need to clean it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it looks like an art room sink. It is so disgusting right now. So we're gonna mix up some of my favorite shower cleaner because it works great for sinks too, and then we'll go use it in the shower too. But this is a glass bottle from Grove, and so I'm just gonna put equal parts of vinegar and of the Blue Dawn dish soap. I've used generic dish soap too, and it seems to work just fine, but I had this from the dollar store. So equal parts of that. I probably put a little bit less dish soap, but the nice thing about this glass spray bottle is that then I'll just put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds, and so it warms up, and then it's even more powerful. So you can use it room temperature, but for this sink and for our shower, we're gonna need it warmed up. And yes, I see the irony that I am putting a cleaner into a really messy microwave. And then when you pull it out, you can just kind of give it a swirl to mix it up, and it's ready to go. So I found that this works best if you spray it on and then let it sit for about 5 minutes. And then I actually spray it on one more time and sit for another 5 minutes. For really dirty areas. If it's not so bad, then you don't really have to, but. And then to scrub, I'm gonna use steel wool. And then also, I get these at the dollar store. They come in bigger, you know, like a big square, and then this was my mom's idea, to cut it into little pieces to get into all the grooves, and then I'll use these until they're really gross and then just throw it away. But you get 5 big ones at the dollar store, and so when you cut them up into little pieces, they last forever. So, and you're definitely gonna wanna have gloves on to scrub this because the vinegar will burn your hands otherwise, so be sure to use gloves. But I mentioned tidying, and what's been fun, I don't know, a few weeks ago I did a video on the power of a 2-minute tidy and how keeping our house tidy can make a huge difference in how our house feels, but also in our emotional health, because clutter causes stress. There's just no way around it. Unfortunately, we kind of get used to it, and so we don't always know that what we're feeling when we're feeling kind of unsettled is stress, and oftentimes the clutter around us is contributing to it, and so we just get used to it, and it is what it is. But if you can get in the habit of tidying for just a few minutes a day, it's amazing the difference that it makes. We have one friend who said they've gotten in the habit now that everyone in her house, before they leave to go anywhere, they tidy quick. And she said she can't believe how nice it is to come back home when the house is tidied. And I'm like, I totally believe that. It can make such a huge difference. And so I'll link to that video down below. Today we're doing kind of deep cleaning, but even on the days that you don't have a lot of time, just taking a few minutes to tidy can keep your momentum going and make your house feel so much better. And then this is just a sponge with a scrubby side and a microfiber side that I'll just go around and kind of wipe everything back off with. Make sure you get it all off. That's disgusting, you can't really see it. But yes, I should clean my sink more often. And then I get this done and I'm like, well, that didn't hardly take any time at all. Why do I put these projects off for so long? And so when it comes to just cleaning the counters and surfaces that aren't greasy or extra dirty, I just really like these Mrs. Meyer's everyday multi-surface cleaners. You can get them in fun seasonal scents, so I like that. And I ordered these off of Grove, but now you can get them at Target too, so that's even easier. And then when it comes to actual like greasy stuff, this one is my favorite. This one's by Method and it's made for grease and grime. And so this works awesome for the stove and also the microwave, and then the fronts of the cabinets, because those get kind of more than just a multi-surface cleaner dirty. And then also like the outside of the fridge, this works really well too. So I really like this, and I like that with both Method and Mrs. Meyer's, you know that they're safe cleaners, so that's awesome. And this one you can get at Target now too. And it's been great. The kids are helping to cook more now. The other day Corbin was like, Mama, I want to learn how to cook so that Adeline and I can cook dinner and help you out more. And I was just like, oh my goodness, that's so sweet and that would be so awesome. And so right now we've just been focusing on Adeline and Maggie helping cooking. They're 8 and 10. But Corbin's 7, so he could definitely start helping now too. So it's good, it's really nice to have their help, but they make a huge mess. And so the stove is a disaster, the microwave's a disaster, the counters, it's just, it feels like there's just gross stuff everywhere, but comes with the territory, right? Goodness, even the salt and pepper shakers are dirty. It's like, seriously, like every surface in our house is dirty right now. And then I also pulled out our garbage and recycling cans, and I have those in the bathtub here soaking. So I just fill them up with some dish soap and warm water, along with our frozen chicken water, because it's freezing here in Minnesota, literally freezing here in Minnesota right now. So I love our center island. I love all of the pull-out drawers. It just feels like it utilizes the space a lot better than regular cabinets. I love the pull-out garbage. This cleaner, the degreaser, works great though on the cabinets too. The only thing I don't like is that it's white, and I will never do white lower cabinets again because it is so hard to keep them clean. And I don't know, I know some people say they love their white lowers, and so maybe you're just a cleaner person than I am. They're so hard to keep clean. The blue that we did, the paint is holding up awesome. I can link to that down below again, how we did these cabinets, because it was really simple. Holding up great, love the blue. I think eventually I might paint these blue too, because it is, the white finish is starting to wear off just a little bit, but anyways, that's for another day. Marie Kondo also talks about changing the air, so if you're ever just like not feeling it, crabby, everyone in your house is crabby, you need to kind of reset things, try lighting a candle, put some in your diffuser. It's amazing how that can actually change things around you, and especially if your candle smells like Christmas, it's even more effective. All right, well, I got everything done in the kitchen that I was hoping to, so now I have to tackle these garbage cans. They're not too gross. Honestly, what's funny is these are the types of things that would have never got done before I simplified our house. But now that we keep things fairly simple, I actually do things like this on a regular basis, which makes me feel like I'm kind of a clean person now, which actually, judging by our microwave and stove, that's not actually true. But this would have never gotten done in the past. I was just looking at our shower a little closer. I didn't maybe realize how dirty it had gotten. We probably should have done this a little sooner, but you know what? It never goes anywhere, right? It's just been here waiting for me. So we're gonna use our vinegar and dish soap solution again in here. And I can show you, there's a spot where I did yesterday, kind of trying to show you how well this works and the difference. But it doesn't always show super well on camera, but this that I did yesterday, then this is what I haven't done. It looks worse in person, so. It also works really well to get all of the lime off of the fixtures too. It does not, however, smell good though, so you might want to turn on the fan when you're doing this, or bring a candle in here or something. And I've talked about this before, but I am a reformed, messy person, and that's why minimalism is so awesome for me, because the less inventory I have to manage, the better I do. Less I have to keep clean and organized. And so I'm not also a person who like loves cleaning my house. And so if that is you, I want to encourage you, keep simplifying your house, because as you simplify it, it gets so much easier to keep clean, to the point now where I don't actually even really mind cleaning. Sometimes I don't have as much time for it as I would like, but I don't know, it doesn't really bother me that much now, and it's kind of gratifying. So I'm kind of starting to understand how clean people's brains must work a little bit. And so you can actually start to learn to like this, or I don't know, or it gets easier. Maybe that's what it is, but it doesn't have to be so bad. So I hope that's encouraging to you. All right, moment of truth. Will it wash clean? Hey, that's not too bad. Everything that I hoped to get done. Like I said, hopefully coming up on Saturday, we're gonna be putting up our Christmas tree, but I'll let you know on Saturday. But I would love to know your favorite cleaning products and tools. Oops, I lost the thing. And tools, please share those down below, especially in regards to the kitchen, the shower, the bathroom. That's always so helpful. And any other cleaning tricks or hacks that you have, that's super helpful. What areas do need to get cleaned before you can put up your Christmas decorations? Share that down below, we'll hold you accountable. A thumbs up is the best compliment that you can give us. We'd love it if you subscribe, you'll be notified when new videos are released, and we'll look forward to visiting with you again soon.